What's up, Lynn? Thank you for the time, man. Hopefully, San Antonio's treating you well. It's been about a year since we saw you in the cage. Unfortunately, the happenings with the Bader fight went on. I know you're super excited to get back in there. What have the past year been like for you, and just the excitement to be here for this fight week and get back in there on Thursday?
Hello, how you doing, mate? Sorry. So to be honest, training, mate, just all I pretty much do. When you don't have a schedule, what else can you really do? We like to go on holidays and trips, but when you don't have a schedule, you sort of can't just go away like you'd like to. So I did go to Thailand for Christmas. I trained out there for about 2.5 weeks. Went to England as well, carried on my training there. Came back, carried on my training again. So pretty much it's just been training, training, and training again. And I'm just glad that I did get the call to fight for the PFL, like I said. Lucky I'd been training, so I just stepped up a little bit for the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, when I got the call.
I had the pleasure of interviewing your teammate, tall Steve Mowry, just a couple weeks ago. He said a lot of people are kind of wondering what it's like between you two in the gym because you're both in this season. But he said, little do people know or realize you guys are loving every minute of it, having a blast, training hard together. What's it been what's it been like having him around this fight week, going through everything together and getting ready to fight on the same card this week?
Well, Steve pretty much nailed it on the head. Like, I don't think people know. Me and Steve have known each other and trained with each other for the last 8 years. We were roommates, and we were beating each other up without getting paid. So it's nothing new. We've fought each other, not fought each other. We've helped each other get ready for numerous fights. We fought on fight cards before. So nothing's changed. If anything, it's always good having someone that's on your level, training with you, getting you ready, pushing you also to that next level. So I'm just excited to be fighting and representing for Killcliff and training with my boy, big, tall Steve.
I appreciate it, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Thanks for the
Thank you.
time. Marty.
Yes, Linton, Big Swarm. How you doing, man?
How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. You're finally back. Obviously we've been waiting for this for a long time. Obviously the beta fight got called off, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was wondering though, was there any conversations about having you fight him in the Bellator Champion Series this year? And if so, or if not, what was your thought process in actually accepting the tournament?
So I actually thought I would be fighting him next, I got sick. I know the show must go on, so he fought Ferreira. Obviously he lost. Not obviously, but he lost at the fight. So then I thought, okay, then they are gonna set me and Bader up. It never happened. So they said, do you want to go in a tournament? So I didn't have long to think. I pretty much decided right there and then that I was gonna do the tournament because I knew I'd be active. And who wouldn't want to be in a tournament where you get a belt, you get money, and you get to fight the champion at the end? So it makes sense. So pretty much, I don't think the Bader fight will probably happen now, to be honest. I'm on a different road, should I say.
Nice. And obviously 5-fight win streak, 4 KOs over the last 5. Probably know the answer to this, but what we're going to see against Golsov on Thursday.
So, same treatment. Not taking nothing away from him, but yeah, I'm a different kettle of fish, man. Hit the 40 age, and I'm just keep rolling, man. Keep rolling. And I think my last performance showed that I'm not stopping. So yeah, gonna get the same treatment come Thursday.
And then just a really quick one for me. Obviously, you mentioned about having Steve. Obviously, he's in the tournament, the heavyweight tournament this year as well.
Yes.
What you've trained together, obviously, you spar together. What happens if you come up against each other in the tournament?
Then we fight. I guess. Like, look, I don't think none of us are not going to fight. We've always said we wouldn't fight each other, but you know, when it's $1 million on the line and both got to feed our families and ourselves, what are you going to do? No one's going to pull out, are they? So we're going to have to fight. But until we get there, that's another story, isn't it, right now?
Cheers. We'll be watching Fist Meet
Thank
Faced
you.
on Thursday.
Thank you.
Liam.
Hi, mate. Can you hear me all right?
I can't really hear you now.
Oh, shit. Sorry, man. 1 minute. Is that any better?
Not really, but I can pick up what you're saying.
If you can pick it up. Sorry about that, man.
It's just
yeah,
very low.
I'll try and fix it as I go on, but if you can hear me, I'll get my first question out of the way, and then as you answer,
Not at all, no.
oh,
Okay.
sorry, man.
Go ahead, Liam.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. What's your long-term goals in the PFL? Obviously, you've had a 17-fight Bellator career, and now you've made your move over to the PFL. I mean, you've got the tournament this year, but have you had much of a thought about it heading forward? Sorry.
Well, win the tournament, to be honest. Win the tournament, fight the champion, win that fight, and defend that belt a couple of times at least. Because my goal is to be a champion. My goal is to, you know, be the best in the world. So one step at a time, but that's my goals for the PFL brand while I'm in here right now.
All right, man. Can you hear me any better now?
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. My second question was, there's another guy in the tournament who you're very familiar with, Steve, not Steve, Moldavsky. He got a win over your boy Steve in his last fight, and you guys obviously fought twice before. So I was wondering if that fight does get matched up for a third time, do you think there'll be any bad blood on it, or will it just be business as usual?
I heard something about Moldavsky and Steve. Okay.
Tom will come right back to
Liam, I'm going to come right back to you, okay?
you. Pick up a speaker.
No problem.
All right, real quick, let's go over to Mike, please.
Linton, just I know we talked about a week and a half ago, but you told me, you know, you're going to use this opportunity to remind the world just who you are and just how good you are. But now that we're 2 days away, is the energy amping up a little bit more just because we're right here and now it's you have this opportunity to remind the world just how good you are?
100%, 100%. As we get closer and closer, like you said, the intensity builds up. I'm containing it right now, but when fight day comes, that's when it will, you know, ramp up probably to the most. But yeah, just excited to be here, to be fighting for the PFL brand, and like I said last week to you, to showcase my skills. That's what it's all about. Showcase my skills and show the world what I'm about.
And one thing I really enjoyed, this is my last question, is, you know, we talked about removing rankings and politics out of it. It's just one fight after the other after the other. At this stage in your career, being a veteran of the sport, how much more enjoyment do you take in knowing that I show up, I do my job, I move on, and I show up, I do my job, I move on, and eventually a check, a belt, and everything is yours?
Oh, it's the best thing in the world. To do what I do as a job. Not many people can do it. I think a lot of people think they can do it until they get in there. This is like at training. But I love it. And I don't think I could do anything else once this is done. And the check obviously is the bonus at the end. So I get to show the world what I can do. And then, yeah, get paid after. So it's probably one of the best jobs in the world, if you ask me.
All the best, man. Can't wait to see you in there. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Gabriel.
Hey, Linton, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
My question, obviously coming off of that PFL versus Bellator card, there was so much hype for the Bellator fighters, you know, virtually running the table. I'm wondering, I know you are obviously PFL now, but going into at least this first fight, is there a little bit of that momentum of the Bellator guys and girls kind of continuing to run the table?
Of course, of course. Even though I'm on the PFL brand, I'm still from Bellator, so it's still going to have that, what's the word I'm looking for? Still going to have the side, should I say. Like, I've fought for Bellator for so long, and coming over now, obviously, Dennis is gonna have a point to prove to be like, hey, you're Bellator, PFL is number one, and obviously I'm gonna be the same. I'm Bellator. I've come over and I'm gonna represent. Yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. It's pride, isn't it? Doesn't matter what organization you're from, you want to show that your organization is the best.
Not to throw more logs on that fire, but I'm wondering, is there a bit of that locker room community of the Bellator guys as you've been through fight week, like, hey, we're going to keep the ball rolling for the brand or for the team, so to speak?
Of course, you know, like I said, it is the pride thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's brand versus brand. Not like it's been labeled that, but everyone sort of knows that's what's happening.
Got it. And final question. Obviously, you know, look, you talk about the prize, talk about the titles, those are big things. But I'm wondering in the long term, you know, you have a big name like Francis Ngannou out there. Obviously, Renan Ferreira is having quite the moment of his career. Are those things that, like, hey, down the line, you'd love to have them at some point to just show the world and yourself how great you can be?
Yes, 100%. Those are the super fights that I think everyone wants, to be honest. So to fight a Ngannou, Ferreira, and get paid some serious money, I don't think anyone would not want to take that fight.
Thank you.
Doug.
Hello, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
All right. Hope you're well this fight week. You mentioned you've been constantly training. When you found out it was going to be the season format and you knew the activity was going to go up a lot, was there any changes in the preparation or was it just maintain?
I'm pretty smart now going into fights, not to train too silly, overtrain. I've done that a number of times, you know. It's backfired and also it's helped me as well. So, but I think as you get older, you sort of, I know how to fight. It's just make sure you're fit enough, really. So I'd already been training. I've been helping out a friend get ready for one of his fights. And then I got the call to say about the tournament. So I didn't necessarily just go overboard and start training super hard. I just kept my momentum, what I was already doing, and then just stepped up a little bit when it was needed.
All right. And you mentioned the Bellator versus PFL matchup here. Your opponent has already beaten both of last year's finalists. How big a statement do you think it makes to the rest of the world and just the rest of the guys who have been in this PFL scene for a while, fought guys like Goltsov and his opponents, to go in there and beat him your first fight with this promotion?
Of course, mate. That's great momentum. And I wouldn't want nothing less, you know. Like I said, I was supposed to fight Bader, so that was the world champion. So to go down and not be fighting the top guy at the moment, dead, you know, I don't think it would make sense. So yeah, to knock off Dennis, you know, for first round, not first round, but you know, pretty much his first round. Then yeah, that's a big statement. That's a big statement that I need to make and I will make.
All right, that's it for me. Thank you.
Joey.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so this will be your first fight in the PFL, and you'll be exposed to a whole new audience. For those that aren't familiar with you, how would you describe your style?
It's in my name. It's in my name. The Big Swarm. Pressure, top pressure, strong, durable, the will to win, strong mindset, powerful, just a handful to deal with. I think the name pretty much sums me up to the people that don't know me.
Great. So I believe my colleague Liam was aiming towards this question. Your former opponent, Valentin Moldavsky, is also fighting on this card. Do you have any particular interest in completing your trilogy with him in the PFL?
Yeah, of course. There has to be a trilogy, don't there? Can't end it on one apiece, you know, and I definitely think he wants the rematch at some point also. you know. But yeah, but we'll get to that when it get to that. It's not at top of my list right now. Dennis is the main goal right now.
That's all for me. Thank you.
Global Fight Talk.
Hey, brother, how you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you. First of all, welcome to Texas. Happy to have you, man. You've been around this sport for a long time, been in Bellator for a good decade. What keeps you motivated the most to keep lacing the gloves up and pushing forward in this career?
The competition in me. I love competition, the will to win. I'm stubborn, man. Just want to be the best, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's what it is. It's the will to win, stubbornness, and the competition in me. You know, I love it. I love every moment of it.